Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kinberg, and this is In the Spotlight, a closer look at a crime novel. Hong Kong is a fascinating city with a rich history, a fascinating culture, and lots of different social and political movements that have been a part of the city. Let's take a closer look at Hong Kong today and turn the spotlight on Lawrence Osborne's On Java Road. Journalist Adrian Guile has spent the last 20 years living in and reporting about Hong Kong. He arrived just after the 1997 handover to China, and the hope that Hong Kong would still thrive as it had. He's seen the 2014 protests too. There are still plenty of people who find ways to protest the Chinese government's policies in Hong Kong, even after those larger protests, and Guile knows about them too. As a journalist, Guile has to be careful about the stories he covers, the people he interviews, and so on. It makes matters even more delicate that he has friends among people in the wealthy elite of Hong Kong. One of those friends is Jimmy Tang, whom Guile met at Cambridge. They've stayed friends despite their very clear differences. Tang is the son of an extremely wealthy and influential family. Like others of their class, the Tang family may have their own private political opinions. However, they have a good relationship with the Chinese government, and they don't want to be seen as pro-democracy, pro-Western. They also don't want their lifestyles threatened. Against this background, Guile and Tang maintain their friendship. One day, Guile meets one of Tang's many conquests, Rebecca To. She's a much younger student activist who's taken up the pro-democracy cause, so Tang has to be very discreet about meeting her. Then, Rebecca goes missing soon after she and Tang end things. Not long afterwards, so does Tang. Then, the body of a young woman is pulled from the water of Victoria Harbor. If it's Rebecca, is Tang responsible, or did he have a hand in it? If he's innocent, where is he? Guile is torn between his loyalty to his old friend and his sense that Rebecca's killer should be found if she was murdered. That would be justice. It doesn't make anything easier that Guile has found himself attracted to Rebecca and feels a strong sense of her loss, even though nothing happened between them. So he starts to investigate, and his investigations could cost him his life. So what are the elements in On Java Road? What holds it together? There are real questions of morality and gray areas in the novel. Is Guile pursuing Tang because he honestly thinks the man's guilty? Should he betray his friend? Or is his investigation meant to put Tang in his place, since Tang's always been the wealthy, privileged, almost condescending one? Is it worth ruining a whole family, the entire Tang family, on the chance that Tang might be guilty? None of these is an easy question. There's even the question of whether Guile is investigating just so he gets a scoop story. There's a solid sense of Hong Kong in the novel. As I said, this just focuses on Hong Kong, both in terms of physical locations and in terms of the class and political issues. This isn't the same Hong Kong of pre-handover years, and those who've been there since before that time are understandably shaken. If you've visited Hong Kong either before or since the takeover, the handover, and you've seen the difference, you know what I mean. The story is told from Guile's point of view, first person, past tense. So we see Jimmy Tang, Rebecca To, and the other characters from his perspective. Interestingly, while we are privy to Guile's thoughts, it's harder to say what his real motivations are. He's not exactly an unreliable narrator, but how straightforward is he? On Java Road explores the way politics, culture, economics, and class have impacted one of the world's most fascinating cities. It features a distinct Hong Kong setting, a search for a missing woman or her body, and a protagonist who wrestles with questions of loyalty, integrity, and journalistic curiosity. This has been In the Spotlight. I'm Margot Kinberg. Thanks for watching.